Trey Lance was with the strippers. They posted some pictures
I
on
was about
Twitter.
to say, I know you see Trey Lance with the big booty bitches.
For everyone who keeps telling me Tavon Diggs is a top-tier cornerback, pay attention to this game where Joe Burrow throws for 450 yards and has 5 touchdowns.
The Lions, my mighty, mighty Lions. Who was his favorite? I'm so proud.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. Before we start this shit, go down, do us a favor, and like and subscribe. And let's introduce our host for the show today. I'm Paul Pick'em Win'em Concha, the #1 Dolphins fan, and I got my shot poured up today. Who's with me?
Hey, man, it's the dirtiest of the dirty birds, man. It's your boy, Kev Waterboy, your boy, a.k.a. the Dom P.Y.E., a.k.a. Mr. Make That Motherfucking Green, a.k.a. Mr. Motherfucker Likes to Be Seen. So, we talking week 2 NFL football.
Yes, sir.
Week 1 was lit, and after I skimmed through the games, I feel like the matchmakers, they borrowed the niggas from UFC or something, because them boys been knowing how to make them hit. Like, I was looking at the Panthers-Giants game, and I'm like, yo, that's a good game. Like, I would never, ever in life choose to either watch the Giants or the Panthers, but I was like, that's a good game.
This week, though.
Yeah, that's a good game. So, shout out to matchmakers making shit happen, but we had Thursday night football yesterday, Paul.
Setting the tone for the rest of the week.
That's what you call a barn burner. JR would have been in this bitch like, damn. Okay, Pat. Okay. Just, Khalil. Oh. So, hey, man, what did you see in this fucking game last night?
Chargers front four. They can create all the pressure. They can get the stops. Their front four were Bosa, Tranquil, Mac. Is just nasty, and they don't need a blitz. And but the one thing that is kind of a iffy is their run game. This is they had 24 carries for 75 yards, 3.1 yards per carry. Last week against the Raiders, they had 31 carries for 76 yards, 2.5 yards per carry. They have yet to get any good running shit going, and Eckler's a stud, but what the fuck going on? And until they can get that going on, it's going to be – I mean, the offense still looks good without it, but they're not complete until that happens.
Bro, fuck Austin Eckler, bro. He got auto-picked as my first pick in the NFL in fantasy football draft. And the first time I was like, why is he a first pick? And I looked, he's like the number 2 running back. And I was like, okay, I get it, because he catches a lot of passes. He runs it. Man, you don't get me motherfucking Cooper Kupp right now. Like, motherfucking, that shit was disrespectful. I had to pick him with the 5th pick. But you're not lying. I think the offense is kind of one-sided, and it's Justin Herbert. And without Keenan Allen, it's Justin Herbert and Michael Williams. Like, it's not really like they made a lot of great plays, and I think that's what the Chargers are. They're a team that makes great plays when they need it. They like when they scored the last touchdown on 4th down, like they do that. But you get stopped, and when you're going against another great team that can score any drive, they just need to catch the right momentum, catch the right swings, call the right plays. It's always going to be tough to win those games, especially in the dog fights.
How did you feel about slow down? Oh, I was gonna say, how do you feel about Asante Samuel's interception overturned? Did you saw that play, or Asante Samuel had the ball, like it hit the ground, he has it in his hand at the same time. It's one of those 50-50 plays, and they were up 17-7 and they had just scored a touchdown, up 17-7. Patrick Mahomes throws the interception, then the interception gets overturned, and the Chargers would have had the ball up 10 in the 3rd quarter, and within like 20 yards of another touchdown. Like, I felt like that was a real page turner of the game. Yeah,
I expect it, definitely, but it is what it is. Like, I just looked at this shit. Like, I still had to leave, and I could have kept like grinding, getting better. But I'm not gonna lie, I can't even trip about that. But if we talking interceptions, I think I really was a fan of that 99-yard pick.
Yeah, that was. I saw some crazy. ESPN has the craziest stats. They're just like, since 2000, like the start of the century, Herbert's the only person to throw a pick 6 in the 4th quarter of a tie game, or in the red zone or some shit. And I was like, damn, you telling me Brett Favre ain't never thrown one of those fuckers. Like,
Nah, that's tragic. I was gonna say Russell Wilson threw that bit, but the motherfucker got tackled.
yeah.
But I look. Oh my gosh. But yeah, these highlights are nasty. I look at this shit like it was crazy. I actually seen some crazy stat that bruh actually was I sent it to my brother. Hold on. That nigga was he's a rookie. Jalen Watson worked at Wendy's.
7th round.
He worked at Wendy's his junior year in college, while finding somewhere to play football. He got drafted in the 7th round, and this year his first career interception was a 99-yard pick six in the 4th. Like, it's a big deal, man.
Oh,
yeah, at the end, so how does this game make you feel about both teams, though?
Chiefs are still the Chiefs without Tyreek. With Tyreek, I saw some people make a good point. Mahomes gonna have to play better because he doesn't have Tyreek, and I think we're seeing that a little bit. Chargers, you need a run game. Your defense are studs. I'm not worried about the defense. Brandon Staley probably won't see as many fourth down attempts because of how good the defense is. He probably will trust the defense a little bit more, which we saw this game.
I feel like he went for I think he went for all of them when he had to. But I feel like he went for a couple a little early, and he got him. But it was like, God.
In the 4th quarter, he punted the ball back to them with like 6 minutes left or something, or 8 minutes left, instead of going for like a 4th and 2, which is like, if that was last year, they're going for that one. And like, it was just like their defense can play good enough where he doesn't need to only hope on Herbert in the offense.
Yeah.
But then other thing is Herbert got to stop throwing fucking pick sixes, bro. I know it's not all on him, but I just saw a crazy thing. This is his 4th pick six in the 4th quarter. Brady only has 4 in his career. Okay, that's the GOAT. A-Rod only has 1 in his career. Russ has 2 in his career. And then even someone who everyone always says throws a lot of pick sixes, Phillip Rivers, his whole career, 6. Herbert is only 3 years into his, and he's already at 4. Like, he just needs a I know it's not all on him. Like, the tight end was tired. He wanted to get out the game. Coach told his ass to go back in there. He half-assed ran the route. The ball's in a good spot. Cornerback makes a perfect jump on it. Takes it. No one there to stop him. Takes it to the house. But the defense scoring 7 points within his short career 4 times already. That's not too good. It's got to clean up that mistake and got some easier wins, because you already made it to the red zone.
I was gonna say, didn't Peyton Manning throw one, but that's a Super Bowl against the Saints. How long was that? That was in the red zone.
Probably not if it didn't pop up, because that one was crazy. But the one where he threw 4 already in this is barely his 3rd season, like it just started. And Phillip Rivers has thrown 6 in his whole. I thought Phillip Rivers would have thrown more than 6. I was another shock about that one. But you're about to pass Rivers, and like Rivers is kind of known for throwing away games late in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he was known for that, especially against Tony Romo.
Yeah, but, I'm like it's just not a good statistic you want to be passing Rivers in.
Hey, that's Thursday Night Football, though. I hope they keep coming with them heavy hitters, like really snapping with them bitches.
Big teams.
But on to Sunday.
Dun 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 dun.
Let's start. My favorite game that I seen on the slate was the Dolphins-Ravens. I wish we had Slick here. The Dolphins-Ravens. I was like, that's the reason.
Tried getting him on today. I did. I tried getting him. He's busy. He was. I was gonna surprise. I wanted to bring a 3rd person on. There's a couple people I hit up for today. We'll get someone on next week though. But he was definitely for this Ravens-Dolphins game. I wanted him here.
Yeah, that's gonna be that game. Actually, really made me think like, what them boys finna do? Like, because the Ravens looked good last week, but they didn't look dominant. You guys look fucking phenomenal. So, and this is a real deal. Like, the same way y'all had the Bills circled on y'all fucking calendar last year, the Ravens better had y'all circled on his calendar, because this is gonna prove that Lamar's an MVP. We're going against a great defense. 2. This is a get back. John Harbaugh don't forget shit. 3, what the fuck? Y'all just lost Kyle Fuller, so you got to deal with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. So, like, what y'all got going on?
Not just Fuller, all 4 of their starting corners. I'm going to tell you, this is their 4 starting corners right here. Kyle Fuller, injury reserve, out. Marcus Peters is back at practice for the first time since 2020. This will be his first game since 2020. Marlon Humphrey hasn't been practicing for the past few days. He literally. So is he gonna play? It's up in the air. Brantley Stevens hasn't practiced for the past 3 days. Also, is he gonna play? It's up in the air. Those are the 4 people, or those are the corners for this Ravens squad right now. And that's not even touching their O line with their left tackle. They just put on injury reserve, and Ronnie Stanley is probably still not going to be back for week 2, which is all pro tackle right there. So that's a little concerning to if I'm a Ravens fan. Is this the fucking injury bug that they have yet to beat?
That's real as fuck. I think I just don't know what they got going on out there for like the Ravens in Tennessee. Like it's just damn that Mike Williams catch over it on that motherfucker holding that corner looks so nasty every time I see it. But yeah, I just don't know what the fuck they got going on out there. But I feel like the Ravens, if there's any team that understands you got to start winning, healthy or not healthy, it should be that team. They're the dog fighting team. But are they? What about the offense against your defense though?
Our defense is so that's literally how we beat them last year. Where we have 4 sacks, an interception, a heavy blitz package when we beat the Ravens. We were 2-7 going into that game. They were 6-2. We ended up with a better record at the end of the season, which is just crazy to think about. But Javon Holland coming in on the blitzes, that like he was a big stopping force in the last game, and he's only gotten better. He was only a rookie last year. That boy Jalen Phillips, our end, he's looking phenomenal. He's fast as fuck as an end. Like I just feel like we have speed pieces at the edge rushers that can not keep up with Lamar, but they're not some big bellied slow motherfuckers that Lamar is blowing past. Like they got some speed on them. Javon Holland coming on blitzes a lot as a safety. That's gonna be nasty. Our cornerback blitzes. I just feel like we line up well scheme wise for them. And Lamar's Lamar. Lamar's gonna have a good game. But I just want to see how's J.K. Dobbins look if he's the first game back as a running back again behind his hurt O line. We are the underdog. Understandably, we're 3.5 point underdog. We're on the road. Ravens first game of the year at home, so they're 14-1 or 13-1 and on home openers. So they like to win they usually show up for the first game at home. So that's just a little nugget some people have.
That's interesting. I have to show America my motherfucking cat because my shit pretty as hell. But I don't know, man. I love my dog Lamar. You know I'm always rooting for Lamar and them boys, and I want to see them boys take off this. I just don't know if they have the speed to keep up with y'all. And I think you guys can still give that pressure. Like I don't know how many sacks I got against the Jets, but I feel like you can keep him uncomfortable and not let him sit down and sit in the pocket and throw a 55-yard pass. You're not gonna see nothing really over the air like that.
Is that your pick? Are you rocking with Lamar? You taking the Fins? Are you?
Who's the favorite?
The Ravens are favorite at home.
Yeah, I'll take my dog. I'll take my dog.
All right, I'm taking the Dolphins here, but also I think
is that one of your underdogs of the week?
Well, I'm taking Dolphins almost every week, but also, it might be. We'll see how this slate. We see how the slate plays out. Then let's see. On to the next game. What's else? Another 1:00 game to start off with. Jets at the Browns right here.
Another fucking good game. That's crazy.
We have the Browns are hosting the Jets. Browns are favored by 6.5 points, almost a whole touchdown here. Battle of the cooked QBs, if you ask me. Both Jacoby Brissett's cooked and Joe Flacco's cooked. So the battle of just two has-beens, just put it bluntly. I'm not gonna doubt the Browns. They have a great defense. I forgot about that when I picked the Panthers over them. They still have Myles Garrett. They still got Denzel Ward. They still know how to play football. They still got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Like they still got a good O line. It's just the quarterback play where they're weak. So I can't continue to doubt them, and I'm definitely not going to doubt them against a Jets team here. That's to be real, that's one of the worst teams in football right now. Like it just does not look good.
Case Keenum, not Case Keenum. No, it was Case Keenum. That was the Browns backup last year. Or was that Cooper Rush?
No, it was Case Keenum.
Case Keenum got behind that O line and started would win games. He won 1 or 2, I think.
He beat the Steelers.
And Steelers made the playoffs. I mean, you could blame that, and it was for Christmas. You can blame that on divisional play, but at the end of the day, so you got to respect that entire team because that's why it's such a big deal that Baker wasn't winning. So when they get Deshaun, they can make something shake. But I definitely got to take the Browns in this one with that two-headed beast. The one thing about the Jets I would like to see is that they attempt to make things tricky on offense. They figure out what Garrett Wilson is great at, even if you got to just throw that bitch up to his ass, see if he can make something shake. But yeah, I don't trust the Jets for nothing. Without Zach Wilson, Robinson, I just don't see them doing nothing until like maybe week 4 or 5. Maybe they can steal a win when they get Zach back.
I would say one thing that I saw that's decent out of this team, and both teams can say this, they both had good rush defenses last year. I mean, not last year, last week. I know it's only 1 week, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think one of them is ranked second, one's ranked third. Like one's less 50-something yards, 60-something yards, and Jets played Ravens last week with Lamar.
I was gonna say, and one played Lamar Jackson, the other person played Christian McCaffrey. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I do respect both defenses. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be cooked QBs versus battle of two decent defenses. Go bet the under, everybody.
All Joe Flacco ever has to do is just show niggas his ring finger because at least he had that playoff Flacco run. At least he had a run. You can be if you're a cooked player in any position, you can at least bring up that one time you had a run. I'll always respect you.
If you're cooked, it means that you're a one-time good. You can't like that. So I'm not trying to throw too much shade, but both of us on the Browns here. Jets are dead. Next game, a nice little.
Oh my gosh!
A nice little fun one. Divisional.
Low key, we forgot to talk about Travis Kelce getting body slammed in the third.
Oh yeah, he did get spine busted like Triple
That shit was fucking dang, like, but real Batista shit. Like, I'm shocked nobody did do the little afterwards. That shit was crazy.
Colts are playing the Jaguars right here. Jags are +4 underdogs at home. Colts back-to-back road. Is this back-to-back? Yeah, back-to-back road games for the Colts. They're literally so banged up right now. They canceled practice and they're doing walkthroughs on Friday, which is fucking crazy. Darius Leonard probably going to be out again. I'm not too sure. Alec Pierce, the rookie wide receiver, is probably going to be out. I'm not too sure. I know he was doing concussion protocol, but I haven't heard any good news of him coming. And Darius Leonard, I think all signs are pointing to him not playing this weekend again. And another crazy, the home team has won the last 9 meetings of this game. So whoever plays at home typically wins. So that's another little betting nugget I saw. There's 9 times, 4 years, in the last 4 years, that's the way shit has happened. Even when the Jags won 1 game all year. It was a game at home against the Colts.
And last year, game at home against the Colts.
And another little fun little nugget is this is a battle of Doug Peterson and his disciple, Frank Reich. So yeah, 2 battles. That's where the coachings they connect a little bit themselves.
Nice. Matchmakers be working, man. So what do you think about Trevor Lawrence versus this Colts defense that's a little banged up right now?
This Colts defense is still they still got the Buckner who can get to the line, but no Darius Leonard is such a big deal. And they don't have like a phenomenal like Kenny Moore is pretty good, but outside of Kenny Moore is a big drop off at cornerback play.
Right.
Christian Kirk is one of my sleeper wide receivers. He kind of balled out last week, 6 catches, 117 yards. I think he will get open. They paid him all that money. He's putting it to good use. And even if Trevor Lawrence ain't the best, I'm not high on Matt Ryan like some other people are. I put him in the same boat as how Rivers was on this team. Like he's just an old QB that his best years are definitely behind him. He's playing the back 9. The best thing he got going for him is his IQ right now, because his arm strength is lacking, his mobility is lacking, and but he is still smart like a Brady. And like, as long as you have the IQ of football, you can still play quarterback at a high level ish. But there's caps to your stuff. Like you have some ceilings that you can't hit. how do you see this matchup lining up?
I think this is a matchup. This is a lot closer than it has to be because I didn't know about the injuries beforehand. I should really start checking the injury report. So it's a game that's I felt like it was already a toss up before the injuries, but now with the injuries, it's really looking in Jacksonville's favor to steal one real quick. So they almost won last week. They're still kind of high, and they could really steal one this week. Like really sit down and be like, like nobody's expecting us to win except the people that watched the last game last year. So it's up. It comes down to Frank Reich, who just literally lost these motherfuckers with an interim head coach. Oh no, man, the Colts and the Colts did not show me anything I wanted to see last week. It showed me that Jonathan Taylor is still going to be the forefront of this offense. It showed me that you have a smarter, more expert quarterback in Matt Ryan, but he's limited due to he's limited. Like he's not really mobile. He can't really get out of there when shit isn't working. And he's older. Like his accuracy is still there. His power, he could probably still throw deep balls, no problem. But like this isn't 2016 Matt Ryan. That's really going. It's gonna take them a second to really get this offense going again. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised if they started off like 1-3 or 2-4.
No, facts. But with the picks, I'm taking Jags as a home dog here. Shit, like everything I said, plus the fact of Doug Peterson, this is his disciple, Frank Reich. The disciple never beats the master, usually, often in football coaching matchups. And just too many injuries for the Colts. And and these older QBs, once they go down south to Florida, play outside in 100-degree weather, 80% humidity. That's why the Colts been losing at these home games. They just got these QBs that can't go in. This is not a good place to play during September. So I just think that's also going to get to the Matt Ryan and his offense. So yeah, give me the Jags at home.
That's a good pick, especially if you're a betting. I would really sprinkle a little, just a little sign on that one, even if you take a straight money line. But I definitely got to take the Colts on this one, even though I don't feel like they have a lot of promise in this matchup. I do think that Matt Ryan, especially how they played later in that game, maybe not the overtime itself, but later in that game, I feel like if they defense is worried about Jonathan Taylor, Matt Ryan can really sneak in some big games, and like the play action is unstoppable because you gotta bite no matter what. Because you finna let this big ass motherfucker get a step on you? No. I think the Jags defense has a lot to has a defense that can fight the run. I don't know about Jonathan Taylor, but they can go out and fight the run if they emphasize it with all their with their rushers like Josh Allen and the boys. So, but I'm gonna still take the Colts on this one because I think that tie last week left a sour taste in their mouth. And I could be wrong because this is the Colts. I could be very, very wrong. But I took the Colts to win this division. I feel like this is how they win the division. They go out, they flush last week down the toilet to show that they're still a high powered team. Because even Carson Wentz was throwing for 200 on this team with this team.
Next game, I mean, all these 1 o'clock games are close. We're gonna talk probably more in these 1 o'clock games than the 4 and the later games because of that's how close they are. But Panthers going to New York. New York is favorited. This is the first winning record the Giants have had since 2016. They've lost every opener since 2016, so they always start 0-1, and they have never made it out of that. So, congrats to the Giants. You're doing it. You're unlike the other New York team over there. You fucking won a game last weekend.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. There's something about the Giants that just makes me like. I feel like you did something to earn these L's because like Giants fans are pretty toxic, but nobody talks about them because they've been dormant for so long. Ever since they lost Eli Manning, they really haven't said nothing.
Yeah, they're fucking waiting.
Jets fans are crazy toxic, but Giants fans are toxic and they're loud toxic. Jets fans are like bougie toxic. Nah, they're gross. They're trashy toxic too, but they're at least a little quieter than Giants fans. So I really be thinking the Giants fans deserve this. And whenever they win, they be talking shit, and I be like, man, fuck y'all. Daniel Jones ain't shit.
Yeah, but Daniel Jones, and then not even just Daniel Jones, like the stats came out. Daniel Jones had the least amount of time per drop back last week. That O line did not look good. I don't care what PFF graded Andrew Thomas. So Brian Burns is gonna get to this fucking quarterback. He is gonna. I think he's gonna create havoc. He's gonna get a sack. Like if there's a way to bet overs on sacks, bet the over on Brian Burns sack. Go get the sacks, and then they're weak at linebacker. They were not that good at corner, but and then their starting corner Aaron Robinson is gonna be out this game. So they're hurt everywhere. Remember last year when I was telling you about the teams that dumped the Gatorade to always fade them the next week? They didn't dump the Gatorade, but did not sit here and tell me that last week when they were dancing in the locker room, the ball's fucking going crazy, and the whole team is going nuts after that win, after the going for it the going for it in the fourth quarter and shit. They're riding too high to the sun. They're gonna get burned, and I do not think the Giants. This is not the week to be backing the Giants. Personally, in my take of this game.
I think if you made money on the Giants last week, you deserved it. You earned it.
Congrats.
I hope you invested that money into like stocks or something like that, because there's a way better chance that you'll turn your 100 into 200 off those stocks than the Giants winning this week. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I like their edginess, I like their riskiness, but the Titans just made so many mistakes, so much. Like they looked like a brand new team last week. So I don't think the Titans would play like that again. And I think the Giants woke up. Saquon did his thing, but the Panthers defense is not going for that, because one thing they do have is a decent defense. So yeah, no. We're gonna fade the Giants every time.
Yeah, give us Panthers as the underdogs on the road here.
Damn, that's money right there.
Yeah, and another crazy thing I think is crazy. The Browns got a good defense. So yeah, the Panthers look bad. They're also got up for that game to shit on Baker. Like there's everything in the scenario for the Browns defense to do well in that game. Like they have a great. The Giants did not have Myles Garrett or Denzel Ward. All right, this is not the same defense that Baker's going to be seeing this weekend.
Facts. And then Baker gonna look decent this game. I'm hoping for it. Because why? We don't hate Baker over here.
Next game on our slate, Patriots going to the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Steelers are a home underdog. Patriots are favored by 2.5 here. TJ Watt is on the IR, so he'll be gone for 6 weeks. There was a sighting of him at practice running on the field with a ball in his hand, so that's a Watt for you, baby.
TJ Watt being hurt is so hurtful. But this defense still has dogs. Mika Fitzpatrick. Who else is on this defense?
Miles Jack, Hightower.
Defense got dogs. They're just going. Isn't Cam Hayward on this team too?
Cam Hayward.
Yeah, this defense still got dogs. So the next man up, and that's the standard over there in Pittsburgh. But we praying for my boy TJ Watt. I need him to win it. I think he can come back and still make the case for defensive MVP.
I said this all throughout before the season started. Mac Jones, when he has to play a great defenses, he crumbles. And if he doesn't have the run game going, he crumbles. And the Steelers front seven, even without TJ, is going to have great run. Like they held Mixon to 82 yards on 27 carries. All right, that's great. That's a lot of carries with a great running back. So it's also time to tell. Is the Steelers defense really just fucking like that, or is the Bengals O-line not good again? Like, because they did go out and spend a lot of money. Maybe the Bengals O-line is good, and the Steelers defense was just like that. But maybe time will tell. But one thing I do know, Patriots offense looked horrendous last week. They're on back-to-back road games. Circle that. No one likes to travel on the road, so. This is going to be I think this is a game where the matchmakers got it wrong. I don't see how the Steelers are at home. This is the home opener. Their first game was on the road, so now they get the Steelers home opener as an underdog against this Mac Jones-led team that doesn't have the same O-line. Who the fuck are his cornerbacks? So I think like at corner, even if Mitch Trubisky's not that guy, Chase Claypool, Pickens, Deontay Johnson, they're gonna make some big plays this weekend, and I think this is a game where the Steelers offense looks kind of like I wouldn't be surprised if Mitch throws for like 260. Like this is a good game for the offense.
Nah, definitely. I don't think Mitch will throw through. No, I do got Deontay
Tua threw
Johnson.
270 in the game, and he looked like he played a bad game in a lot of people's eyes.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I got Deontay Johnson. So yeah. Go ahead and throw 260 real quick. As long as 100 of them go to my dog with a touchdown. And maybe a run or two. You feel me? They always let Claypool run the ball one. Let my dog Deontay Johnson run it once or twice. But the Steelers team is awesome, low key. Like I think this team is they're the only team, they're one of those Mike Tomlin is a very stingy ass motherfucker, right? I say that because you got to be a stingy ass motherfucker to be in a rebuild on offense, but still be like that on defense. Because one thing about the Steelers, the entire time I've been watching them as a football fan, is that they believe that you only need this, the offense only need to score 14 or 17, like defense will handle the rest. Like that's just the mindset that they come with, and like they stayed with that mindset the entire time in that culture. So I think this defense against the Mac Jones, who is without Shaq Mason, they don't really have the running game all the way together. There's nothing what they can do. I think Bill's going to be smart. He's going to play great offense, and if you can force the Steelers to make mistakes, then you can take advantage. But I think the Steelers have them in every category, and it's crazy that they're dogs.
We're both riding the Steelers here. We're gonna ride it.
Who are you taking, Jacoby Myers or motherfucking Deontay Johnson? Who are you taking? The only thing you might be able to say is Trubisky's over. I might want Mac Jones over Trubisky, but we want Najee Harris over every running back they have. The Steelers O line is better than our O line.
I don't know. That one is that Steelers O line is still shit, but the
You think
Patriots
so?
defense, yeah, I think so. But the Patriots defense is not as good as that. Like they might have the same O line, but they're facing different competition. Like the Patriots O line is gonna have to see the Steelers front seven, whereas the Patriots front seven ain't the same.
Definitely. So like, I just think they match up. I think the Steelers match up so much better in the categories that matter. I feel like they got this. And if they don't, then shout out New England. Maybe the Dolphins are just really like that.
But,
Like I like the second week of football because there's a bunch of maybes. Maybe blah 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 is really blah blah blah. Or
yeah,
maybe like maybe like nah nigga.
This
We
is
really
where overreactions are born.
yeah. This is like when the Panthers went 3-0 last year. Everybody's like, whoa,
I was part of them.
Move over, Bucks and Panthers. Woo!
Well,
then they finished last in the division.
Speaking of Bucks, that's where we're going next. We have the Bucks going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Saints are a +2.5 underdog at home. It was +4 to open, so now it's only +2.5, which means a lot of people were hammering Saints at home +4, enough for them to move the line down. So Bucks again, I'm circling it. There's a lot of them this week. Back-to-back road games. Godwin is not playing. Evans, Julio, Fournette, Gage, all on the injury report, all questionable to play. They're probably going to play, but they're still banged up. Jameis and Kamara are questionable. Jameis is dealing with some back spasm type things I'm hearing. And then Kamara hasn't practiced in a couple days in a row. And so maybe I'm pretty sure he'll play, but this him not practicing for a couple days is kind of worrisome because but Saints are 4-0 in the last 4 against the Bucks outside of the playoff games.
The Saints are Tom Brady's kryptonite. The way that Tom Brady just plays so boring in those games, and he really looks like he's looking down the floor like Lucifer. I remember that deal. It's me again. Like they really be trying to they just have Tom Brady's number. They know how to make him frustrated. What's Cam Jordan knows how to get back there. Like I think the Saints defense is gonna be the Falcons gave a blueprint to the Saints offense. So the Bucks defense is gonna keep pressure on them, plays tight man, not too much soft zone. And they're gonna try to and they're just gonna understand that these are speedy ass receivers. So we're not gonna let nothing go up top. And if they want to fucking move the ball, they gotta go with slants and quick passes all game. So I don't think there's gonna be a lot of stuff over the top, which is the reason why Jameis wasn't doing what he was doing until the fourth quarter because we stopped everything over the top. So I see this being a good game, but the fact that Tom Brady's goes through offensive paralysis against this team is the reason why I think the Saints are going to take it like 21, like 10. and I don't fuck with either of these motherfuckers. And we see, you don't got Instagram, but they got this like Mike picture off.
No, I've seen that one with the two teams next to Mike Thomas,
that,
Mike
that
Evans.
shit. That shit made me want to. That shit just made me never want to watch that movie again. I was like, oh, dude, it's marketing, kill yourselves.
See, I want to go with the Saints here at home because fuck Tom Brady, all that jazz, and all the everything going into it. But one thing that kind of were like Bucks only scored 19 points, but they made it to the red zone a lot. They just left a lot of points on the board. I think Tom Brady cleaned some of those up. He scores a couple of points here. Leonard Fournette had a great day. He had over 100 rushing yards. And the D line for the Bucks looked just as dominant, even though they lost some key players. Like they look just as good against. Maybe it's more on the Cowboys' offensive line look being bad this year, but their D line looked just as dominant as it did previously. And the Saints O line was letting the Falcons look like they had a great pass rush going on. And there's no shade to the Falcons, but you know how y'all don't get a lot of pressures. But
No,
that Saints O line is not good at all. That was one thing I told all fans that's going to hold them back this year. I'm like, y'all have the receivers, y'all have a great running game. I do believe in Winston, but y'all let a top 3 left tackle walk, and then drafted the rookie left tackle to put in there, who's still out. He's not playing these first 4 games, and they put him in there, and now you guys got to pray that he's just as good. Like you don't do that and be the same team. So I just think it's more on the Bucks defense is going to create some havoc here, just like how people think the Saints defense will. I think it's actually made the Bucks defense getting the sacks, getting the strip sacks, just getting in the face of Winston all game.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get in there, but Tom Brady just doesn't do anything with them unless they get some great field position. I don't see a lot of points being scored in this game by the Bucks.
On to the next game here. We have this is the last, I think our last 1:00 game. Oh no, we got 2 more. We have Commanders taking on Detroit Lions in Detroit. This is the first game since 2020. It's been 24 games since the Lions have been a favorite in a football game. This is a battle of 2 QBs that they're like the teams previously couldn't get rid of them quick enough. The Commanders got Carson Wentz. They couldn't get rid of him quick enough, and Jared Goff couldn't get kicked out of the Rams quick enough to go to Detroit. So one man's trash, another man's treasure.
The Lions, my mighty, mighty Lions. The boys is favorites. I'm so proud. So proud of them boys. That's all I can say about this game, man.
Not
How the
fact.
fuck this is gonna go?
I mean, this is really heads tail. There's nothing I can really break it down to put anyone in anyone's favor. I'm gonna go with Commanders on the way, just as an underdog, just because like I can't trust a team like the Lions to be a favorite. I'm never picking them as a favorite.
Nah, no cap. But like, yeah, I actually want to see what both these teams do against each other because the Lions did show promise later in the game when they started coming back while the Eagles are playing a lot softer zone and stuff like that. So they can bring that energy, and motherfucking MCDC was in our motherfucker. Come on, we can beat these teams. We got this. Let's do this. But I really feel like, yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions in this one. I'm gonna take Lions. But my question is, how did their defense do last week at corners? Because they got their old starter back, didn't
Jeff Akra, 18 targets, 1 completion. That boy was locking shit up. Our boy Amani, on the other hand, I don't want to throw out the numbers. So it didn't go his way. Let's just say that. It didn't go his way last weekend. Sometimes you win them. I think he was the one that was on A.J. Brown. So that was just if you go look at A.J. Brown's numbers.
Damn. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Sometimes you win some. Sometimes you win some. A.J. Brown's also like 6'4", 250, so you can't blame him.
It was like last year when he was going like Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams at the goal line, and they called a pass interference on the slant. I was like, bro, what the fuck you think he was supposed to do? What, you was finna just let this motherfucker just go through and score a touchdown? Fuck that! Don't put hands on your stupid ass. Put hands on your dumb ass. Fuck wrong with you?
Nah, but one person I want to point out is Commanders Curtis Samuel. He looked good. He's finally been fucking healthy. He was a dog on the Panthers. He was a little do it all gadget guy. Go to the slot, can run off the round out route. Like he's all do it all type of wide receiver, little running back sometimes, and Ron Rivera brought him over when he became the Washington coach. So Ron Rivera likes that guy this much. He just been unhealthy. Now that he's healthy, what do he have, like 12 catches, not 12, like 9 catches for like 90 yards. Like he did his thing. Like I can see why Ron Rivera talks him up so much. So I think he might have a good game, and that's also why I'm low key going with the Commanders. On to you have to let someone else say.
I would like to see how this game goes because this is a real toss up. Because if I woke up and I see Carson Wentz highlights from 2014 to 2015, I might have took Carson. I might have taken on Carson Vick and them boys.
Let's see. This is the highlight reel games here. This is when we got 3 games. Like this will be the blowout block here. 4 games for the part of the blowout block because the spreads are fucking massive. We didn't have spreads this big last week. Broncos are hosting the Texans, minus 10 points at home. I love the Texans. I hype them up, but the Texans' run defense looked good until it didn't no more. And Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon of the Broncos is gonna run all over this team. I like to be closer than 10 points, of course, but the Broncos just lost that game bad. They're gonna bounce back this week. They have a great offense, great defense.
Yeah, I want to see how this game turns out. But I hope Russ comes through and shows his MVP days. You feel me? That's one thing about Russ. I never be like, yo, Russ is my pick for MVP, but I'd be like MVP. Like he had points in times where he really can throw 304 touchdowns and walk off. Like, yeah, I did that. But we'll see. We haven't seen him do it against the Broncos. I think the Seahawks really got up and really came to play that game. I don't think that the Broncos are a bad team. I don't know if I'm part of Bronco County yet, but if they can use these two-headed monsters they have at backs and really just run this bitch up and just open up the lanes for us, it's gonna be a lovely day for that offense.
Yeah, and I know Russ missed some throws, but there's also this lack of working together with everybody. Like that's just gonna come throughout the season. He's gonna be in stride.
He was like Jerry Jeudy was dropping shit, but he was like the last person to get traded. Like if Matt Ryan, I think Matt Ryan was the last quarterback, but he would have been if motherfucking the Falcons didn't try to go get Deshaun Watson. I don't know Deshaun Watson was last name traded.
Well, let's ride to the next game of this blowouts. The Bengals are going on the road to play the Cowboys, who are going to be putting Cooper Rush in. And just so if anyone doesn't know, Cooper Rush was cut by the Cowboys a couple weeks before the season started. That's how much they needed Cooper Rush. So like now he's getting picked back up to come back in. So -7. Yeah, he knows the playbook, but like he wasn't good enough to be kept on the team. And one thing I want to point people for everyone who keeps telling me Tavon Diggs is a top tier cornerback, pay attention to this game. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are gonna. This is gonna be the game where Joe Burrow throws for 450 yards and has 5 touchdowns.
T. Higgins playing today? Playing on Sunday?
He might be. He's not more 50-50, but even if he does, Jamar Chase, I could go line up a wide receiver, bro, and Joe Burrow's gonna have 500 yards this weekend.
And I'll be on the other side.
Then and the Bengals D-line is one of the reasons why they got so far into the playoffs to the Super Bowl. And this Cowboys O-line looked atrocious. This is an easy Bengals win. Another one that's a part of the blowout block. Seahawks, Geno Smith and them boys are going to play the 49ers. Not the biggest 49ers fan, but they are favored by 8.5 here over a touchdown. Trey Lance was with the strippers. They posted some pictures on Twitter.
I know you see Trey Lance with the big booty bitches.
Of course we saw him with the bitches, bro. And then, Jimmy G was caught with his porn star lady last year also. So, like, it just runs in the 49ers family, bro. Like, they dropping 50 points this weekend. Like, everything's pointing up after that first loss.
Yeah, I think that this is their chance to start trending upward. I always forget which Bosa they have. They have Joey Bosa, correct?
Uh, yes. No, they have Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa. So yeah, Big Bosa. I want to see him do something. His name didn't get brought up too much last week. I understand it was raining, but I really want to see a big game from him.
Facts. And Kittle's been practicing, so that's a good sign. He probably be playing. And Seahawks, another game I'm pointing out. This is a Gatorade dumping game. They got up for the Broncos. They got up to beat Russ. I'm fading this team next week. I do not want nothing to do with them anymore.
Did Elijah Mitchell? He play?
He's on IR, but the 49ers and them boys are a running back factory. So I'm not too worried.
I'm gonna go pick up his backup in my other league.
Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah, he finna do a good game.
And then on to the next game, or the last blowout game. I'm gonna let you talk most of it. I'm just gonna start it. I'm gonna let you finish it because I know you're gonna go the other way. 10-point favorites at home. Falcons are gonna go play the Rams in LA. Stafford just needs to find ways to get Allen Robinson involved. Cam Akers needs to find ways to pass block if he wants to become a starter again. Rams defense did look bad, but let's remember it was the fucking Bills. I think they'll do better this game. That's no disrespect to the Falcons, but Mariota is going to be in for a long day. He's going to be running as soon as he hikes that motherfucker. He better start running because Aaron Donald's coming up the middle.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with that. I think he's gonna have a lot of running around to do. But they have Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, so he's not gonna get too far.
Yeah, so there's no way you can really double team. They still got Leonard Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no way you can really double team. Got Jalen Ramsey guarding.
And everyone's been watching those clips. I've been on ESPN all week with Stephon. Ramsey's seen that shit, bro. He's Drake London. I love you, my boy, but you're gonna be in for a long day too.
This game gives me the same feeling I got last year when we played the Bills in the snow. I was like, now we gotta go play the Rams in LA with the lights on.
The bright lights.
I think from this game, what I'm looking for us to continue that pass rush to see if we can continue building a pass rush. I want us to see. I think they're gonna do whatever they can to stop the motherfucking run. So the only way we're gonna be able to get past Aaron Donald is if we run straight to him. And yeah, I don't know. I'm rooting for my team though. Fuck everything else. I want to see the defense. I want to see AJ Terrell not get cooked by Cooper Kupp, but that's gonna be tough. Like it's just gonna be a rough game for us all around, and I'm gonna enjoy watching every second of it.
All right. And our last game for the blowout block, it is a Sunday night football game. Bears are going to play the Packers here, and you cannot write a better script for Aaron Rodgers coming off a loss. Aaron Rodgers playing division rival Bears. Aaron Rodgers playing at home after a loss with place the Bears. Like this is a perfect setup for a bounce back game.
Damn, that's gonna be terrible. I'm looking at the one-on-one matchup with AJ Terrell and Cooper Kupp right now. I'm looking like, damn, Michael. Damn, they even jumped over my dog. He might actually come in and play his ass off. Next game, though. Next game. But back to the Bears. Fucking, are they playing in Chicago?
No, it's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. You can't make a better setup for Aaron Rodgers to bounce back than after a loss at home against the Bears.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They knew he was gonna do that first game. It was like he's still coming off a DMT. I'm fucked up.
Yeah, this was an insurance policy just in case he starts bad. Oh, here's a fucking a fastball down the middle, Aaron.
So we know Aaronville, also known as Chicago, is motherfucking. Yeah, that boy killed that drink. Aaronville, also known as Chicago, is owned by Aaron Rodgers. So it's also anything Bears related. So the team bus, the stadium, anything, he owns all that. The bags, even the water boys that wear Bears hats, he owns them. So he's gonna own this fucking team. I just want to see if his receivers are gonna wake up and really come through. Like, yo,
Allen Lazard's coming back for this game, I believe, too.
Yeah, like we have to be in that bitch. Like, yo, we're really those dudes. Like, we're not a bad core. Like, Aaron Rodgers can make something work with this. Tom Brady made it work with a lot of receivers, and I was always a firm believer that Aaron Rodgers was better than Tom Brady until like 3 years ago. So, and he's won 2 MVPs in that time. But what can the Bears do to this to make something shake in that offense? Because they're feeling good after that last win. This is one of those fade the Gatorades.
Thank you. That is exactly. You saw the fucking belly slides in the rain. They dumped the Gatorade. You can't have that much fun and come next week ready to play.
Nah, deadass. You coming in with a moral win, and you know you got to deal with it. But here's the thing: they show like videos of this rivalry. Like it's not. It gets downplayed in real life now, unless you're like really one of those fans. But they show videos. This is something you wake up for. Like, yo, we're gonna come in and we're gonna show that we can fucking do this.
See, I would believe that, except for, like I said, they were doing the whole belly slides through the rain. Not only that, this was they before the game started, Darnell Mooney was basically like co-signed the fact that like this is a revenge game for Justin Fields, because people thought Fields may go number 3 overall, and instead Trey Lance went 3 overall. So he was gonna prove to everybody like oh, you passed up on me, like type shit. So he at a home opening game and a game that no one thought you were gonna win against a team that passed up on you. I feel like they wrote, that's why they celebrated the way they did that game. Packers, there's no way I'm fading the Packers, Aaron Rodgers after that. Like there's every bone in my body is like, oh, Aaron Rodgers on primetime television too? Oh, bro, like
He
give me
fucks
Aaron
them up
Rodgers.
every year on primetime. It feels like.
So why, bro? You do not get off a horse midstream. All right, you take it for the whole route. So give me A-Rod. I'm taking it again. Don't tell me you're not taking the Bears, right? You're co-signing A-Rod.
Come on now. You know how I fuck with the Packers.
All right, just make sure. Another all right, and our last game for Sunday is Cardinals at the Raiders. This is a 4 o'clock game.
Is that a Sunday game or is it on Monday?
No, this is a Sunday game. This is a 4 o'clock game. All the other games was part of the blowouts.
Am I tripping, or do they have 2 games on Monday?
There's 2 games Monday.
Okay, just making sure.
They're changing it up on you, but this is a nice little game. Me personally, Rondell Moore's hurt, and I believe he's going to be out. Still no D-Hop, so the Cardinals are going to be down their number 1 and number 2 receiver still. They didn't run the ball efficiently last week. That Connor scored, but I think he only had like 20 yards on like 10 plus carries. Derek Carr, similar to what I said about Stafford. You need to find ways to get Renfro involved as your wide receiver too, and get Waller the ball a little bit more. Other than that, like I'm still fading a Cardinals team that doesn't have D-Hop, because the splits with D-Hop and without D-Hop are just too massive for me does not continue to fade them. And the Raiders are at home here, home opener.
The Raiders played well the last game. I think they just made too many mistakes. So like you said, they got to be able to get Renfro and Waller involved, because they shouldn't be targeting Devontae 20-something times, damn near 20 times. So like, I'm gonna take the Raiders as well, just off the fact that I don't know what this Cardinals defense is, and the Raiders, Derek Carr can bounce back. If one person can bounce back from just a bad game, which I don't think was terrible, but a bad game, it's Derek Carr.
And Max Crosby was 4th in pass rush win rate last week, only behind Myles Garrett, Parsons, and Chico Barrett. So
what does that even mean?
That means every time during a pass rush, he won 4th amount. He won the 4th most times out of everybody.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah. So that boy, he didn't get any sacks, but just sometimes you didn't get sacks, but you're right there in his face all game. So I expect him to get some sacks here.
You got other people sacks. I feel like that should be a motherfucking. Niggas should keep up how many times somebody gets a double team.
All right, our 2 Monday night games. I guess we'll start with the big spread. The Bills are at home, a 10-point favorite. They should have been part of the blowout block too, but I thought I'll save Monday for last. And they're hosting the Tennessee Titans. But the Bills are a fucking hammer, and all the other teams are nails right now.
But this is This is what I love about having a good Super Bowl pick. I can always bring up how this is my Super Bowl pick. These motherfuckers are gonna come through with the vengeance. Like everybody the Bills play is a problem. There's a problem with that because I'm pretty sure this is number 1 and 2 in the AFC last year.
Yeah, and remember last year, this how it. Remember they played each other, and the Bills were running shit, and then the Titans ended up beating them as the underdog type shit. And Derrick Henry had like 160 yards, stiff armed somebody to oblivion. Just, it was a fun ass game though, and I think it was prime time also. It was either Sunday or Monday night, but I remember this game being a prime time game last year where the Titans won.
Damn, they did bust their ass. I forgot about that. So yeah, the Bills is coming. The Bills, they're waking up. They're waking up for everything. They're coming ready to fuck shit up every time. There's another game that they're gonna fuck shit up. What the Titans defense isn't bad, even slightly. I just think they didn't look the best against the Giants with all the mistakes they made. And I think the Bills, what we saw, the Bills offense wasn't even their final form. I feel like there's still stuff for them to clean up. So
Yeah,
this is make this game very fucking electrifying.
no, and Titans are gonna go 0-2 here. It's gonna look rough, like I called, and then come talk to me week 5 or 6 when motherfuckers are chanting for Malik Willis.
Oh, don't do it, Paul. How many interceptions did Tannehill throw last week?
He didn't throw any, but he overthrew a couple passes on like a third down that was easable. Like those third down, but like a 3rd and 7, and he's open, and it's just a bad throw, and you're just looking at the quarterback like, bro, our drive should continue right now, but you missed him on an easy throw.
I always respect that in the first game because when it comes to throwing that bitch, you gotta kind of cut it in. The time is off when it comes game versus practice. I think as a veteran, you should know that, and you should be okay with that. So like maybe he's thinking 7 seconds, but the other he's thinking 7 yards. But the corners he might be thinking
7,
he
other
might
was thinking 5.
yeah, the other person's thinking 5. So like that's where the disconnect is. So they might be like a little off. But as a veteran, you should know that. Like it's fast. It's a little faster. But
We both going Bills here.
got to.
No one's going Titans.
You think Dawson Knox is gonna eat? Because he's low key on the waiver wire in my other league. I'm thinking like
I didn't like. I was not big on Dawson Knox as other people were who had him at like top 6 tight end, top 7 tight end, only because he doesn't get catches. He gets last year he had like a 20% touchdown rate on catches, which is absolutely insane. That means 1 out of 5 catches is a touchdown. Like you're not going to average that your whole career. So that's why I wasn't high on him. I think he'll have some fun plays here and there, but he's not a tight end because there's not enough targets to go around right now. Like there's just too many other people on this team where he can get more catches. So he's like either he's gonna go off and have 2 touchdowns in a game, or he's just gonna have 2 catches in the game for like 20 yards.
a hot take. Do you think that somehow the Titans defense can step up and make Josh Allen can have some of the same mistakes he had against the Rams?
I could see it because I do not trust early Josh Allen. I'm more of a late season Josh Allen type of guy. Like come late season, he's just rolling. Early season, he has to clean some shit up. I could see this game being a lot closer than the 10-point spread because of some mistakes he's making. But on the offensive side, I think the Bills defense, I think they remember Derrick Henry going off for all those yards last year and all the clips of people getting blown to oblivion. And I think he had like a 4th quarter 60-yard rush touch, like some insane rush that was all over everywhere.
He did.
Yeah, and where the safety like pulled back, the safety didn't run up with him, and they were just like clowning. So I think this is the game where the Bills defense circled it, not the coaches, but defense. They're like, we're gonna show that we ain't some punk bitches they keep talking about.
I remember picking the Titans thinking that it would get tough to tackle Derrick Henry late in the game.
Our other Monday night game, this is the late night game at like 8:30. The other one's at like 7 o'clock. We have the Vikings going to Philadelphia, where the Eagles are having their home opener. Eagles are -2 favorites at home. Vikings are the underdog. This is I think the fans are gonna be going wild in Lincoln Rod Stadium. Like that's a fact. Like the Philadelphia fans show up whether the team's good or not.
That's what the stadium's called. It's kind of weak.
It's kind of Lincoln or not. Yeah, I think it's Lincoln because of Abe Lincoln's from up there or some shit. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't ask me.
I ain't gonna. That's kind of weak. I take MetLife Stadium over that.
How do you see this one going here between the Eagles favorites against the Vikings coming off a big win against the Packers?
Damn, the Eagles is favorites over the Vikings. You think Darius Slay can play Jay Jettas like that? They're not playing no man. Everything's zone.
See, this is one of my 2 bullet points here. Is that Vikings DBs are going to be getting cooked by AJ Brown, I believe. AJ Brown's going to cook. Like they don't got no one that can guard AJ Brown. Devontae Smith as the number 2 is going to get underneath shit, cook some people. The Eagles DBs though, I think Slay can line up with Jettas. Jettas going to get his, but Slay can line up with him. Bradbury and CJ Gardner Johnson coming over from the Saints that they traded for. Like James Bradbury, they traded for from the Giants. Like they went out and now they have like a 3-headed dragon at corner. And I think they can find a way to like really limit shit. And the front 7 of the Eagles is always good. They always have a strong front 7. So like,
and they're healthy. They're healthy right now. They still made the playoffs, not the healthiest.
And don't tell me, I mean, I could be wrong, but Vikings might be riding too high to the sun right now, bro. They just beat the Packers, the boogeyman of the division, week run. Tell me they don't think their shit don't stink. Like, they probably riding a little too high after everyone's patting them on the back. Like, bro, did you not see Justin Jefferson get 160 yards? Like the new Kevin O'Donnell's throwing the offensive guru. Like, I think they're in for a smack in the mouth right here when they go play the Eagles at home.
Wow, that was such a good take. But because we agreed on the last one, I'm gonna let you on. I'm gonna take the Vikings on this one. Because I just had so much reason to hate them last year. And now I want to root for them whenever I got a chance because I want to. It's gonna be a good game, and I think I like that you said that because the Eagles are coming off. They almost blew it against the Lions, so they're gonna really come through and like kind of keep their foot on the gas. So I want to see what Jalen Hurts can do against these Viking DBs.
Yeah, like the DBs are gonna get cooked. I think this should be a fun game though. I never want to count out Captain Kirk. That's why the spread's so close. It should be a fun game, but I said what I said, and I'm sorry, Captain Kirk. You're still my guy.
Oh no, man! You be dissing your cousin.
I know, like Dalvin Cook, I don't think will have a big game because the Eagles front 7, and then it's just gonna be like the Vikings is riding too high. They might the first quarter might not look how they look. You know how like in UFC, a fighter got a game plan, and then they get smacked in the mouth, and then next thing you know, the game plan's out the window, and they look a little more lost.
It'd be nice if this is a good dog fight. I'm gonna have this game probably on the big screen and the Bills on my laptop.
All right. Well, shit. We picked all the games before we make our locks and our underdogs of the week. I'm gonna give out my fast 5 bets. I already got my bets placed. I'm hammering shit. I'm going big. Straight up. First bet, Packers -10 at home against the Bears. Like I said, bro, like Aaron Rodgers at home after a loss against a division rival, the Bears, and the Bears are coming off a Gatorade dumping performance against the 49ers. And then the icing on the cake is 75% of all bets are on the Bears, but 75% of all the money is on the Packers, which means the public is on the Bears, but the people that bet big money is on the Packers. So they know, like, that's usually a good tall tale sign that the smarter people are on the Packers. Another pick of my 5 is Steelers +2.5, and even sprinkle a little bit on the money line here. Steelers are the better team. Defense is going to win this game. They're going to shit on Mac Jones. The offensive line for Mac looks horrendous. Patriots don't have any corners that can guard these playmakers. Mitch may even have a good game. So, yeah, Steelers at home +2.5. Give me that one. Panthers +2 against the Giants. I think the Panthers are the better team. Giants coming off a Gatorade dumping performance. Also, Brian DeBall dancing with the team after winning the opener against the Titans, a team they shouldn't have won. They're not going to wake up for this game. Baker, he looked pretty good in the second half of that game when CMC was being used and they opened up the playbook some more. They also, Browns got a better defense than the Giants. I can understand why Baker didn't play as good. Giants defense is not going to play well. I think the Panthers are going to end up actually even winning this game. So another game, sprinkle a little bit on the money line. My favorite bet of the week, Jags +4 at home against the Colts. We hit on this earlier. Like, Colts are so banged up. They canceled practice. They're doing walkthroughs. No Darius Leonard. The home team has won the last 9 times. The Jags has a +4 underdog. You tell me I can get plus points here, and this is going to be a game where the Jags probably win outright. So I love that bet. Then
that is a good bet. I like that one right there.
And then my last one is, this one isn't a spread pick, but it's Miami versus the Ravens over 44.5. And this is because I think the Dolphins will score 21 points. And no matter what at that point, I think the Ravens are at least scoring 21 points. So that's a 42 right there. We can't end in a tie. So field goal from there. Like, this is going to be a higher scoring game than a lot of people think. The Ravens defense is banged up. The Miami offense is a lot better than people think. And Lamar is a quarterback that scores 21 when he fucking hung over the next day. All right. Like, this is both teams can score here. 44 is not big enough.
I like those.
Yeah, that's my fast 5 picks right there. Try to make it all within less than 5 minutes. Make some money this weekend, boys. And then to wrap us up, Kev, what is your dog of the week and what is your 2 locks of the week?
This is interesting because, like, I got locks. So my dog of the week definitely has to be the Steelers. That's crazy that then at home in Heinz Field with the motherfucking pit with the y'all tripping. I don't even know what you call a Steelers fan, but y'all big tripping. The terrible towels will be fucking waving in that motherfucker. And then the locks, gotta take Joe Beasy against of course, we're gonna use that word, Dallas defense. That's gonna be, he better do 450 because I need that motherfucker T. Higgins to snap because I gotta play this motherfucker Sham. And he has the word killing his motherfucking name. So I don't appreciate this motherfucker with killing his name. My other lock, I probably have to take the Browns, which is probably very shocking to me. But yeah, that's my other lock because, like, there's no way the Jets got something for that.
All right, not bad locks. All right, so for my dog, since you took my Steelers, I respect it. I'm gonna go with the Panthers going into the Giants. Everything I said on my best bet segment, I'm taking the Panthers here as well. Almost went to Jags, but I'm not gonna take the Jags here. But my 2 locks are gonna have to be, I'm gonna co-sign the Bengals, just like I said. He's gonna just torch them boys, 450, completely kill them. The other one is gonna be, I'm taking the Raiders here to bounce back, get the win against the Cardinals. That Cardinals defense has looked completely lost last week against Mahomes. And this is a game where I think Derek Carr bounces back, puts his name back into the MVP conversation. And just Devontae Adams 2 touchdowns, calling it now. He's gonna cook this Cardinals defense, and they're gonna look good at home here.
That's good. I fuck with it, man. But that's all you got. Anything you're looking forward to this week?
Ravens, Dolphins, bro. I'm ready to shock the world because I don't think people will put enough respect on Tua, and the media is not gonna put respect on Tua's name unless we go out and win this game and we look good doing it. Not just good doing it, but he looks good doing it. This is a big game for us.
I love it, man. I love to see it, man. But I'm probably looking forward to. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to shit. I want to see maybe Monday. See what's going on Monday. See what happens. Maybe Joe Beasy throws a shit ton of touchdowns to make him put him back in the MVP race. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm rooting for too much shit to go down this week. But hey, man, if you didn't know, me me and my cute ass cat will motherfucking tell you that this has been another episode of Totally Blitz Podcast. I'm in this bitch. This is your boy Lil KK. I'm in this bitch with my cute ass cat. I'm in this bitch also with Paul Pick'em Wyndham Concert Dolphins fan extraordinaire. And this is the Totally Blitz Podcast. We fuck with you, and if you don't know that we fuck with you, it's probably because the other day you caught us calling you a bitch.
Being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got two